Hi there, it's Chris from World Class Canada. Today I'm very excited to talk to you about my favorite blended whiskey, Johnnie Walker Black Label. A whiskey whose story is 200 years in the making and still going strong. Featuring malts from all four corners of Scotland, Johnnie Walker Black Label shows versatility whether enjoyed neat, on the rocks, or in mixed cocktails. And I'm excited to not only talk about the history of Johnnie Walker, but show you 3 cocktails you can make at home featuring Johnnie Walker Black Label. The story of Johnnie Walker can trace back to 1805, where John Walker was born on Todrig's dairy farm in Scotland. It would be this farm that the family would sell in 1819 after the passing of his father, and using those profits to open a grocer in Killamrock. He would run this grocer for many years, and in fact this is where the blending career would start. Not only selling spices and household goods, he would also sell rums, gins, and malt whiskies from all over Scotland, blending the best quality of each for consistency that his customers would come to know. In 1857, John Walker would pass away, leaving the company to his 2 sons, Alexander and Robert. And it was with their vision they were able to take the brand and spread it to all 4 corners of the globe. Using merchant ships sailing all over the world at the time, they would sell their whiskey in a newly designed square bottle, minimizing breaking over long shipping periods, as well with a unique slanted label to help their brand stand out amongst all others. As we keep walking through the history of Johnnie Walker, we stop in the 1860s, where they released the first commercial blend for a global market export, Old Highland whiskey. In 1879, they would win their first international award at the Sydney International Exhibition, and in 1893, Johnnie Walker would purchase the backbone of the blend, Cadu Distillery. 1908, the Striding Man was born. Famous cartoonist Tom Brown at the time drew the Striding Man on the back of a napkin on a lunch meeting, and now has gone to travel all over the world on Johnnie Walker's labels. Johnnie Walker Black Label is the perfect blended whiskey to enjoy in any fashion, whether neat, on the rocks, or in a mixed cocktail. Johnnie Walker Black Label adds complexity and depth that only it can achieve from having whiskies and malts featuring all 4 corners of Scotland. From the Speyside region and the distillery Cadu, offering light fruit, citrus, honey, and a sweet heather note, to the Highlands and Clynelish, offering dried fruit and a rich, waxy, heavy viscous whiskey. The Lowlands featuring Glenkinchie offer a lighter, more floral, earthy toned whiskey, and the islands of Skye and Islay, where we find Cull Ela and Talisker, are going to offer a more mineralic, rich, smoked pear and maritime brined mouthfeel and whiskey. The first cocktail we're going to talk about is the Johnnie Walker Black Highball. Now this is also the easiest cocktail to make, using a simple build technique requiring Johnnie Walker Black Label, a highball glass filled with ice, and soda water. Soda water, or carbonated water, first introduced in 1767 by Englishman Joseph Priestley, who was the first to infuse carbon dioxide into water. The highball itself would become the fashionable cocktail of the time in the 1890s, and being first mentioned in print in a play at the time, quoting, "Talking about liquor? Sure, I'll have one. Make it a whiskey highball." And if you're a fan of the highball, there's no end to the variations you can make. By simply changing the garnish from a lemon and piece of ginger to fresh peaches or thyme. As well, the soda water can be substituted for ginger beer or ginger ale with a squeeze of lemon, as in the Mamie Taylor cocktail. There's no better way to celebrate the 200-year journey of Johnnie Walker, from his humble origins in 1820 as a grocer to the world's #1 blended Scotch whiskey we know today, than by making a Johnnie Walker Black Highball. To make our highball, we're simply going to start with 45 milliliters or 1.5 ounces of Johnnie Walker Black Label. To this, we'll simply add ice to our highball glass. Fresh soda. And give a gentle stir. To garnish and accentuate those orange and lemon flavors, as well as some of the fresh spiced ginger, we're gonna add fresh ginger and a twist of lemon. Here we have our Johnnie Walker Black Highball. The next cocktail I want to show you is a Johnnie Walker Black Penicillin. Now this is a rich whiskey sour variation with spice notes, ginger, and a smoky accent. A modern classic from 2005, the Penicillin is going to use Johnnie Walker Black Label, fresh lemon juice, honey, ginger syrup, and Lagavulin Islay whiskey. The technique we're going to use is a shake, and any cocktail with eggs, cream, or fresh citrus like the Penicillin will require a shaking technique to create a harmonious cocktail. And if you're a fan of the Penicillin, why not try a classic whiskey sour with Johnnie Walker Black Label, or the Rattlesnake cocktail, including a dash of absinthe. This cocktail is great as it shows the versatility of Johnnie Walker Black Label in a refreshing beverage using both fresh lemon, ginger, and honey, some of the staple flavors found in the blend of Johnnie Walker Black Label. To start, we're going to begin with 45 milliliters or 1.5 ounces of our Johnnie Walker Black Label. To this, we're going to add 3/4 ounce of fresh lemon juice, half of an ounce of honey syrup, and 1/4 ounce of ginger syrup. Simply add ice and shake. We're going to add a small essence of Lagavulin, some of the smoky whiskey from the island of Islay. And finally, a piece of fresh ginger. There we have our Johnnie Walker Black Penicillin. The third cocktail I want to show you is a Johnnie Walker Black Rob Roy, the Scotch whiskey answer to the Manhattan. The Rob Roy was first mixed in 1894 at the Waldorf Astoria Hotel and thoughtfully named after the Broadway play showing at the time. Like all spirit-forward cocktails, we're going to stir our Rob Roy with Johnnie Walker Black Label, sweet vermouth, and aromatic bitters. Stirring our cocktail both dilutes and chills the beverage while maintaining the integrity of the weight and body of the cocktail. If you find yourself a fan of the Rob Roy, feel free to change the aromatic bitters, such as orange bitters in the Highland, or try Johnnie Walker Black Old Fashioned. Now to make our Johnnie Walker Black Rob Roy, we're going to begin with 60 milliliters of Johnnie Walker Black Label, we'll add 30 milliliters of sweet vermouth, and 2 dashes of aromatic bitters. Now let's add ice and stir. Now we're going to strain out our Johnnie Walker Black Rob Roy in a cocktail coupe. And garnish with a brandied cherry. There we have our Johnnie Walker Black Rob Roy. Cheers.